I need you guys to make it real loud right now for my good friend, Mr. Josh Means.
Thank you guys, this is fucking incredible. Thank you guys for coming out, this is awesome. One more time for all the comics you saw tonight. I'm excited to be here. I didn't think I would make it. I actually have a newborn at home. I just wanted to smell something other than shit for a couple hours. Some of you may think it's messed up to leave my baby at home with his mom, but to be fair, we're both white and the baby Puerto Rican, so I can do what I want. No, that baby was definitely mine. I knew right away. He came out, had red hair, was missing some teeth, he came early. That was for sure my baby. I'm just keeping it real. You know who else keeps it real? Black dudes. You gotta have black friends. They'll tell you shit about you you didn't want to know. Without my homie Dez, I wouldn't know that I look like the Crypt Keeper. Without Elijah, I wouldn't know that I look like I could be somebody's bitch on that show, The Orange is the New Black. Without Jamar, I wouldn't know that my girlfriend likes black guys. Orange is the New Black is also the name of my OnlyFans. Please subscribe. That's funny. There's some guys here with their girlfriends pretending they don't know what OnlyFans is. That's cool. Where are my couples at? Make some noise. Hell yeah. All right. How long have you guys been together? 7 years? Holy shit, that's a long time. My longest relationship is with my phone number. So good for you guys. I've had the same phone number since middle school. Back then, my mom thought it'd be cute to make my phone number 879 Josh, which also spells out try Josh and lame ass. But it makes my phone number easy to remember. People don't remember phone numbers nowadays. They just go to contacts and press call. You guys don't believe me? So we've been together 7 years. God forbid you break your phone tonight. Would you be able to borrow mine to get a hold of her? Oh, yeah. Yeah? You know her phone number by heart? I do. What is it, bro? Let me get it. I'm just playing. Is there any boyfriends here that don't know their girlfriend's phone number? I'm not gonna put you on the spot. My fucking little brother in the front row raises his hand. I'm not gonna pick on you. I will later, but not yet. I got a whole set to do. All right. What was your name, man? Cameron, thank you. Good for you, Cameron. You know her phone number by heart. I broke my phone, had to log into my Facebook to send my wife a message. It was not good. But I'll have people that I didn't even like in middle school hit me up when shit goes bad for them. They're like, hey bro, I'm in the slammer. I can't call my mom about this, and the only phone numbers I remember are the Pizza Hut down the street, popcorn, and try Josh. But that made me realize that my phone number would be great for like a 2 a.m. infomercial. Need to get bailed out of jail? Try Josh. Need to buy some weed after tonight's comedy show? Try Josh. Tired of trying Cameron? Try Josh. That's funny. Please don't Will Smith me for putting... I won't handle it like Chris Rock. I'll handle it like Mike Tyson in an airplane. You know what I mean? No, I won't. I won't. I really won't. I'm a bitch. I'd be like Chris Pebble. You know? If I was hosting the Oscars, I'd be like, ladies and gentlemen, Jada Pinkett's here. I can't wait for the live-action Caillou movie. And then Will Smith would be walking up, and I'd be like, no, I'm sorry. You am legend. You am legend. What's your guys' favorite thing to call a redhead when you make fun of them? Sexy? All right. Never been called that before. That's a new one. All right. I usually get the classics like fire crotch. I hated that one growing up. I'd be like, what? No, I don't even have a crotch. Soulless was another one I would get often. I don't even understand where that comes from. I don't get it. I don't know what soul is, but the way that I hear about it, I feel like it has something to do with skin pigment. Because I'm pale as fuck and they say I have no soul. But when I see a black dude, the first thing I think is soul. Like, he sold my car. Alright. That was a fair reaction to that one. My favorite thing that I've ever been called as a redhead is period head. Yeah, I got that one from my mom. And for the longest time, I just thought it was something gross to call a redhead, and then she said, no, it's because every time I see your head, I think about what I could have had instead. All right, too real for you guys, that's fine. I'm glad you guys laughed when I mentioned weed earlier. I did a show that was PG-13 a couple weeks ago, and I did that joke, but I was debating doing it because I don't know where the line is for 13-year-olds nowadays. You know what I mean? It's different than when I was a kid. I only know one 13-year-old, and he sells me weed, so I did the joke. Does anybody here smoke weed? My people, thank you. None of you guys look like Olympic athletes, though. I recently found out that weed is a performance-enhancing drug. Did you guys hear about Sha'Carri Richardson? Track athlete, got kicked out of the Olympics for smoking weed. Did you guys hear why she said she smoked the weed? Yeah. A reporter told her that her biological mother passed away, so she smoked a blunt. It's like, come on, let the bitch celebrate. They only say biological if she left her at a young age, you know what I mean? She's fine. She just wanted to smoke weed, break records, and hit the Olympics. She was breaking all of the female track records without even having been a man first. I'm just saying, I don't think weed is a performance-enhancing drug. I smoked weed on my way here. Does my performance seem enhanced to you guys? No? Fucking 100-yard dash seems impossible right now. Maybe DoorDash. Has anybody here ever been part of an orgy? Yes. All right. Couple honest people. I heard 2 yeses and they didn't sound like they came from the same couple. That was a little awkward, but all right. I wouldn't do good in an orgy. I barely reply in group chats. I'm a singular person. My favorite card game is solitaire. I play basketball and my friends call me a ball hog. And to be honest, I'm kind of afraid that's what they'd call me in an orgy also. Oh, that's funny. I do feel like now would be the funniest time to tell you guys that I work with kids. I work with kids with autism. One of my favorite kids I work with is a little mini-me, just a little period head running around. His whole family's gingers. His mom's a ginger, his sister's a ginger. We go out in public and we look like the Weasleys in a witness protection program. I do think it's fucked up. I noticed this. Some of you guys laughed when I said I play basketball. That's fucked up. I know my body doesn't look like it was made for basketball. My body looks like it was made for knitting, being a bottom. I have the body of someone you would find handcuffed in the bottom of a pirate ship. Let's see, my birthday is tomorrow. I share a birthday with the Queen, Brittany Spears. Oh yeah, thank you, white women. Did you guys follow the Free Britney movement? 100%, of course. It was a quick movement, right? Fucking 6 white women posted a hashtag and a judge was like, I'll take a look at it. And now she's free. Can we do the same thing for Brittany Griner now? All right. That's about the same reaction the WNBA gets. I feel like a Russian prison is actually better than the WNBA. Stick with me. She's making more money now, and somebody's finally watching her. All right, back to Britney Spears, I guess. I just thought it was cool to see everybody come together for the cause, you know what I mean? Even Christina Aguilera fans were like, this shit is bananas, B-A-N-N-A-S. Only the guys laugh at that. All the girls are like, actually that was Gwen Stefani. But it was cool. It was cool to see everybody come together, you know what I mean? Society is so divided nowadays. I was like, there's no way everybody comes together for one cause like they did for Free Britney. And then this couple went on vacation and only the boyfriend came home. Yeah, we're going there, guys. It's gonna be fun, I promise. His name, I thought it was cool to see every white woman turn into CSI Reddit for 72 hours to find out what happened. They all came to the same conclusion. The boyfriend did it. It's always the boyfriend. His name was Brian Laundrie. I don't know about you guys, I don't trust anybody whose name is also a chore. I went to school with the Kenny Dishes. That guy was a real prick. Catherine Hoover did cheat on me in college, but she sucked a good dick. All right. Brian Laundrie was only on the run for so long because there were no witnesses to see the murder unfold. All right, one person got it, it's fine. I heard he left her in Washington. Guys, I've got loads of these, so if you don't think they're funny, you need a drier sense of humor. That's all I'm saying. I think if he really wanted to get away with it, he should have convinced her to do the Tide Pod Challenge instead. Would have been a much cleaner kill, no? All right, I'm done with that. No, I'm not. I've got one more. I've got one more, actually. I'm just saying, I was hoping he would have been the first Laundrie to ever hang itself. You guys are a great crowd. I wish I had another drink. I heard 4 guys just go, me too. Usually it's the women saying me too. Hashtag me too. All right. Don't try and riff, Josh. Not tonight. That's funny. All right. Where are my Kanye fans at? No? Nobody. You don't have to lie. It's fine. I was a Kanye fan for far too long. I went to his concert at the Golden One Center where he left like 6 minutes in, and I was like, genius. But he's been fucking up lately. He's been saying anti-Semitic shit. He quoted Hitler. But that made me think that it would be hilarious if you looked back in history and Hitler was quoting Kanye West. Like, see, Germans are harder, better, faster, stronger. I'd do anything for a blonde-haired, blue-eyed dyke? No? All right. My wife is fucking Pete Davidson. No, Kanye West quotes. All right. That one's not making it any special, but that one, that was fun for me. That was fun for me. Let's do one that divides the crowd. Kyle Rittenhouse. You guys have heard of him, right? Pass? Yeah. I'm not a fan of him, by the way. Let me get this out. Get that out of the way. I just think it's hilarious. Did you see the video of him crying on trial? Yeah. It was hilarious, right? He looked like my ex after she would go through my phone. He shot 3 people at those protests. Who was doing security there? Travis Scott? All right, I knew I'd have to do a wider reference for this crowd. That's fine. He shot 3 people at those protests. Who was doing security there? The Uvalde police? Oh, all right. What? Too soon? That's what those cops said. They're like, it's too soon. Give us another hour, and then we'll go save those kids. I did that joke recently, and there was a black cop sitting in the front row. And he did not like that joke, but I felt the need to ask him a question because you don't really get to ask them questions in the wild, you know what I mean? So I was like, since you're here, let me get your opinion. Whose lives matter? And he took a second, conferred with his wife, white, obviously, and he said, blue. Blue lives matter. And I said, that's cops and the people they're kneeling on? You guys are a good crowd. Thanks for going along with that one. Oh, that's funny. I'm gonna let you guys decide. I know it's a special, but I want to let you guys decide what my last joke is. Should I do my Zoom jokes or my dead dad jokes? Go fuck yourselves. I'm gonna do the Zoom jokes, just to spite you guys. Did anybody have anything they wanted to do in person and then COVID happened, you had to do online instead? College was way easier online. My teachers didn't give a shit. I actually passed some classes for once. The thing that I wanted to do in person, but then I had always wanted to do this in person, but then I ended up having to do it online because it happened during COVID, was my dad's funeral. You guys just chanted dead dad 30 seconds. It's fine, by the way. He was my biological father. He was a shitty person. You know, what? He didn't leave you guys? What? You know you're a shitty person when people can go to your funeral from their own home and they don't do it? But it was cool to find out things that we had in common that I didn't know about. Like people were sharing stories at the funeral. I found out that he was also really good at doing math in his head. He also liked to embarrass himself on the dance floor. He also liked to mix Norcos with alcohol. What? I'm gonna tell you guys about the 2 times I did that before I realized I should probably not do that again. The first time I mixed Norcos with an Adios. A couple of you guys know? Yeah, I blacked out. My brain said adios, but my body said on delay. My roommates found me in the parking lot of the bar we were at, challenging a bunch of black dudes to a dance battle. I was just out there like, you're a jerk, I know, you're a jerk, I know. Yeah, I won, clearly. Some of you are like, at least this was 13 years ago when that song was popular. This was right before the pandemic. My wife was pregnant. It was not a good look for me. But I figure the worst thing that happens when I black out is I try to stomp the yard. Fuck it, pour up. You know what I mean? Let's do it again. 1 week later, I do the exact same thing. Only this time my roommates don't find me. Spoiler alert, I get sent home in a taxi. That taxi takes me somewhere that is not my house. And says, you're free, baby bird. And when my key didn't work in my not door, I knew I could get in through my not window. Yeah. I came to from being blacked out, handcuffed in the middle of a conversation with a police officer. I was like, what the fuck is going on? That's not my house. He's like, that's why I'm here. I was still trying to process everything. I looked down, I had blood all over me. There was this sweet little old lady standing in the doorway. I was like, holy shit, did I just get my ass kicked by Betty White? And the cop said, no, you climbed in through a window, challenged her to a dance battle, and fell on your face. All right, you guys, that's been my time. I'm Josh Means. Thank you guys so much for coming out. You guys were incredible. We are going to do a roast of me next. I'm going to welcome back your host, and then he's going to call up all the roasters that we have tonight. I run Roast Battle Bay Area, and all the comics that are here tonight are some of the best roasters that we have in the area. So it's going to be a fun show. Are you guys ready to keep that moving? Oh yeah, thank you guys so much. One more time for your host, Colin Casados.
All right. What'd you guys think? Fuck yeah, that guy kicks ass. All right, so we are going to do the roast of Josh Means. I'm going to call out your roasters. They're going to bring out their chairs. This shit's going to be fun, guys. This is going to be awesome. All right, your first roaster coming to the stage. Very funny lady. Very funny lady. Make it real loud right now for the very funny Keller. Next comic coming to the stage, you guys saw him a second ago. My very funny comrade. Make it very funny or very loud again for the hilarious Logan Farr. And your next roaster coming to the stage by way of Vallejo, lives in Sacramento now, also hilarious. Make it real loud for Artie Valenzuela. And following Artie, my good friend, Miss Morgan Anderson. And coming to us by way of San Francisco, California, make it real loud for the very funny Clayton Mosley. Clayton, I forgot you were added comic, so I apologize, dude. You thought I wasn't going to call you up here. And once again, the man of the hour, Josh Means. All right, so how this is going to work, the comics are going to come up. We're going to say some really sweet, endearing shit to each other. It's going to be fun, man. Thank you for having us. I appreciate you letting me be a part of this, dude. I've wanted to say some fucked up shit to you for quite some time. The best roast joke I've ever heard of Josh is that he looks like Conor McGregor if he only fought in the comment section. Love you, bro. Kayla looks like a hot me if I transitioned. No? Oh, well, I don't know. I'm trying to smash. Logan. Logan lives in a van. He has no feet. He's missing a front tooth. What can I say about Logan that the Amber Alert didn't already say? Logan beat me in a roast battle recently, and he's been talking shit ever since. I'm here to tell him right now that if he doesn't shut the fuck up, I'm going to get him fitted for horseshoes. Sacramento parents, he is available if you guys want to leave reindeer hoof marks on your grass on Christmas night. Artie Valenzuela, love this little man boy. He's awesome. Doesn't Artie look like his undershirt snaps together in the crotch? Love Artie. I want to wear Artie as a backpack. Morgan Anderson. Morgan and I have a colorful history. I ate Morgan's pussy one time, guys. And just so you guys know, I'm proud to announce I found something that stinks more than her comedy. Morgan's father is a pretty wealthy man. He regularly gives her his credit card to go buy clothes and, you know, fucking whatever. She chooses to look like this, guys. This is, yeah. This sweatshirt kicks ass, dude. It's cheaper if you buy it the day after Halloween. It was a discount. Shut up, asshole. You'll get your turn. Clayton is here. Clayton is, he is a gay man from Alabama. That's it? That was the roast? That was it? Yeah. You guys see that movie that's coming out, Cocaine Bear?
Yeah.
It's a documentary about Clayton Mosley, guys. All right, that's all I got for you. I'm gonna bring up the first roaster of the evening, Miss Kayla Keller. Guys, make it real loud for Kayla Keller.
Thank you. Keep it going for Colin. Manteca, we're a sentient person. I think you should shave the beard before he eats it by accident. Oh man, here's the deal. I love Logan very much. We've gotten very close over the time we've known each other. But this is the problem. He's had to start calling his dick Gabby Petito because of how often he beats it alone in his van. Artie is the only person of color on this stage, so I feel like I shouldn't say anything about him because it's a hate crime immediately. But the other issue is that Artie and Logan have become friends, so we've had to start hiding the sharp objects because Artie knows now he just has to cut his feet off to be a real man. Morgan Anderson, I love Morgan. We are actually very close. We're almost the same person. Morgan and I are basically identical, except for I kept all the kids she aborted. It's too soon? It's too soon. White lives matter. It's too soon. Clayton Mosley, he is a gay man from Alabama, but the thing is, he didn't know if he was gay or if he just had male cousins for the longest time. And Josh, the man of the hour, date Abraham Lincoln over here, proving that there are worse things that can happen in a theater. Sometimes people call him the Eminem of Sacramento because he's very good at rap battling, or as I like to call him, Marshall Doesn't Matters. It was great to hear his taping is special. A lot of men get nervous as they gain notoriety, but luckily for Josh, no woman will ever Me Too him because they won't admit that they fucked him. That's all I got, you guys. I love you very much. Thank you very much.
Hell yeah, ruthless, love it. Your next roaster coming to the stage by way of Alabama and San Francisco. Give it up for Clayton Mosley.
I'm happy to be here tonight. I'm glad to see that, Josh, he just recreated the Bob Saget commercial for Laughs Unlimited. And, just like Bob Saget's roast, Josh, he decided to make the stage look like Planned Parenthood with 2 sluts and 4 abortions. Man, I'm glad to see Kahu right here made it tonight. He looks like Kahu all grown up with that big ass head of his. Colin looks like he goes into Home Depot and asks to speak to the manager immediately. I'm glad to see Logan's here tonight. Logan said he lost his feet to a train, but really doesn't want to tell y'all is the real reason why is because he was drunk and he was trying to get his autograph from his childhood hero, Thomas the Train. Oh man. I'm glad to see Kayla's here tonight, y'all. I can't really roast Kayla too much because Chemo's already roasted her enough. Oh man. Artie's here tonight. He looks like a panda bear with Down syndrome. I actually just met Morgan backstage just a few minutes before the show. Me and her, we got to talking, and she was telling me that she doesn't like men who wear leather pants. And I said, honey, men who wear leather pants don't like women like you. Now for old man of the hour, Josh. I actually just met Josh back in October, 1st October. Me and him, we did a roast down at the Comedy Store. That was pretty fun. When I first time I seen him, first thing popped in my head, he reminds me of a leprechaun with his red hair. But instead of a pot of gold at the end of his rainbow, it's just a pot of crystal meth. Josh said he liked playing basketball. I'm just glad to see the bedroom isn't the only place he likes big black men dominating him. Colin said he looks like Conor McGregor if he only fought in the comment section. He looks like Conor McGregor if he never healed from the broken leg. What else did I got to say? Shoot. Well, I'm thankful to be here tonight, though. Like I say, Josh, he's a great guy for all the comedians in California. If it wasn't for him, I wouldn't be able to do none of the roast battles out here in the Bay Area. And, shit, we got a little sentimental. I forgot where I was going with this. Oh, man, I need to save it.
Trying to fuck me, Clayton.
No. You're not my type, I'm sorry. You're not my type. Oh, man. Josh looks like Ian Gallagher's taint. His face looks like Ian Gallagher's taint. Oh, man. He looks like Carrot Top if he didn't take steroids and smoke crystal meth. Oh, I need to get the fuck out of here. I done fucking lost y'all. All right. I'm gonna get on out of here.
The fact that this motherfucker has the balls to make fun of the way anybody looks is beyond me, dude. He looks like a young Gary Busey mugshot. Fucked up. Your next battler coming to the stage, very, very funny guy. Love this dude. Make it real loud for Artie Valenzuela.
All right, I'm the diversity of the show. I'm really only here because the other Filipino in Sacramento canceled. He had a better gig. It's absolutely true. I do want to make fun of everybody here, and we did talk about cancer, and I think that was true about Kayla, so that made me feel weird. Doesn't she kind of look like that one dude from American Psycho X? Like, put it on the fucking curb! Is that too real? Is it really that white in here? Is that too real? Am I really the only diverse person in the room? I saw there was a couple of Mexican people. They sat like 3 rows behind over here. I don't like when Logan makes fun of me. It's because when he takes his legs off, he's actually taller than me. Ha ha ha, it's not that funny. It's not that funny, not that funny. Hella not. It's hard for me because Logan is actually, I mean, you guys could definitely tell he's like a right-wing extremist. Like Facebook weird, you know? I found out he cut his legs off, dude, just to prove the 3/5 compromise wasn't that bad. Yeah. I want your left leg. You can drive still, Logan, but I want your left leg. Colin, dude, he's wearing a fucking Spirit crew neck, dude. What the fuck is that? The only spirit he's taken is all the black spirit from Medea movies. His dream role is to be in a Medea movie, and he knows it, dude. It's hard for him. He looks like all the Breaking Bad characters mushed together. No, I don't love you, so. Morgan, it's crazy. Your face makes like more expressions. I thought plastic didn't move. Dude, how do you go to a doctor and order the Forever 21? It's not. And then come out and you look like fucking Forever 41. I'm married, dude. Fuck you, I don't need a fucker. Speaking of not fucking, dude, fucking this Alabama gay dude. I didn't even know they existed. Doesn't he kind of sound like that dude from Tokyo Drift? Wabake. Donkey Kong. This is this guy, dude. It's crazy, dude. The only drifting he ever did is not going straight. He can kick my ass, dude. I'm scared. He can kick my ass and fuck my ass. It's weird, dude. It's a weird fucking complex. It's weird. All right. It's Josh's turn, man. Congratulations to Josh. Are you guys excited? This is a good night. I'm from the Bay Area, man. I'm a Warriors fan, dude. Fucking Kevin Horter over here just got too cocky and now he wants to do stand-up. There's no beam up here. Nobody's lighting shit. Josh, dude. I'm excited for you, man. I remember you when your beard wasn't there. Time has passed. This is really good. You really have set the table. And I really do appreciate everything you've done for the roasting, man. He's made it cool to roast in Sacramento. He's made it cool to roast in the Bay Area. And then he even goes down to LA and he kicks some ass there and represents, dude. So, all jokes aside, I mean, he's wearing, he could dress a lot better. We're working on that, dude. Roasting apparently doesn't come with money. You guys can see the hard work. But I do love you, man. Congratulations. Good job.
Fuck yeah, Artie Valenzuela, guys. That was awesome. Artie did just get married. When Artie and his wife argue, he doesn't give her any pussy. Cool. I'm gonna grab the mic stand for your next roaster. She requested this. Love this lady to death. Make it real loud for Miss Morgan Anderson.
Oh, I'm so happy, motherfuckers. Jesus Christ. I just found out about this today, so I have some note cards. Fucking Colin. Colin looks like if the phrase "I have black friends" was a person. The blackest thing about Colin is that his mom's a crackhead and he doesn't know who his dad is. Colin looks like Drew Carey if the show Whose Line Is It Anyway was about cocaine. Kayla's here. She looks like a gayer Sinead O'Connor. She looks like she just wears a strap-on around. I do love Kayla, though. We're the only women here, and I think it's because we're the only women who would agree to be on a stage with this many men who look like sexual predators. Logan, Farr. Logan's losing body parts at an astounding rate. First his feet, then his tooth. I hope he loses his tongue next so he'll shut the fuck up. Clayton Mosley's from Alabama, so his family tree is just one branch. Clayton reminds me of Lenny from Of Mice and Men. Don't worry, he won't get that joke because he doesn't know how to read. Artie Valenzuela puts the no in Filipino. Artie is only 5'2", and that's because he grew up under a massage table at his family's massage parlor. Artie is married. His wife still makes him wear a condom when they fuck. They did run out recently, but luckily there was a Monopoly thimble close by. Unfortunately, his wife didn't pass go. But she did get $200, so. the man of the hour. And I'm using the term man loosely. I like to call him Conan O'Dyan. He looks like if Children of the Corn did a Where Are They Now? Or like if the movie Deliverance was set at an insane clown posse show. Josh is actually a good friend of mine. He helped me get sober, actually. Yeah, I realized I hit my rock bottom with drinking when I got drunk and made out with him. For context, I also got a DUI, but it's Josh's birthday tonight. He's filming his first comedy special. We should make it special because from the looks of him, who knows how many birthdays he has left. The show tonight is actually brought to you by the Make-A-Wish Foundation. Josh is the only comic I know that asks, how much time do I have? And that could either be him talking to a comedy producer or his doctor. Josh is a pretty good person. He recently donated money to feed the hungry. They gave it back to him because they figured he needed it more. Josh has the body every anorexic girl dreams of. Josh's body is like a condom, ribbed for nobody's pleasure. Josh has the sexual appeal of a corpse, if there's any necrophiliacs here. Despite his looks and personality, Josh was married. His wife insisted that they turn the lights off when they fuck, but unfortunately he is so pale that he glows in the dark. Aside from being a terrible comic, Josh works with adults with special needs. Oh shit, sorry, I read that wrong. Josh is an adult with special needs, so he doesn't work. Josh is actually somewhat of a success story. He's proof that someone born with fetal alcohol syndrome can grow up and have a mediocre life. That's all I have. Josh, I love you very much. Thank you, guys.
Morgan Anderson, guys, holy shit. I like the Josh has the, Morgan has the face that Michael Jackson was going for. If Morgan's face gets any more lifeless, Bill Cosby's gonna try to fuck it. Too far? It's a roast, guys, come on. All right, your next battler coming up. Very happy to work with this guy. You saw him earlier tonight. Killer fucking roast battler. Make it real loud for Logan Farr.
Y'all are too fucking mean to each other. We're supposed to love each other. Okay, no one got behind that. Fuck you guys too then. Kayla looks like every Barbie owned by a trans kid. She looks like the vibrator Morgan has to use. Colin, you're like Walter wishes he wasn't white. Artie, I'm excited for this one. Artie doesn't like me. Because I'm 2 feet taller than him.
I'm 2 feet bigger than you.
No, you're not.
10 toes
You
bigger.
still wear a size kid 7. Shut up. Doesn't Artie look like he'd pay a hooker to be the second person in his trench coat? If Artie was a vampire, he'd only be able to suck dick. Morgan, you look lovely tonight. No one cheered. You look like shit. There's more plastic in her body than the Pacific garbage patch. Don't worry, Ocean 2 is working on the cleanup. That's all I had, okay. Well, then there's Clayton. Man, everyone's expecting Logan's gonna call him a fag tonight. I would never do that. I'm not his father. Josh looks like the Fighting Irish only fought AIDS. Over there looking like Beaker from the Muppets if he only worked in a meth lab. Josh looks like everybody on a Civil War battlefield. Oh, man. I felt like this was the roast of Michael Scott because no one said any nice things at the end. I thought Josh was going to leave mad. Nah, I'm so excited to do this. I love Josh. Josh was the first comic to bring me on the road with him. She kind of showed me the ropes because if you don't know this, I don't know shit. And I'm only getting better because comics like him are giving me a chance to get out there and do shit. Brought me a roast battle, gave me my first opportunity to basically get into my legs as a comic. I would not be where I am, what I'm doing without him. He gave me the world of comedy, and I'm very thankful for him. He's fucking killing. He's an example to a lot of local comics and comics beyond. I'm just happy to be here. Please bring back the
Good shit, Logan. You went kind of hard on Kayla, dude. That's not cool, man. It's not her fault she looks like Sid from Toy Story.
I'll cross that one out.
Ah, fuck. It's not Josh's fault. He looks like he played a dead body in Sons of Anarchy. All right, guys. Are you ready to see the roasters you saw tonight get fucking destroyed? This is the godfather of roast battle, Northern California. This dude has given so many of us our opportunities to roast battle. We owe this all to him. Make it real loud for the fucking man of the hour, Josh Means!
One more time, Colin Casados, everybody. Colin, I did love how you said Logan went hard on Kayla. Most of the time, people go soft. Colin Casados, Franklin the Turtle looking ass. The RC Cola of white guys, Colin Casados. Doesn't he look like the reason college campuses give out whistles? Alright. Doesn't Colin look like he can only have fun when the homies have some? Alright, that's enough about him. Clayton Mosley is here. Gay man from Alabama. Doesn't he look like he puts the hard R in Grindr? He's from the Q Caller comedy tour. Ferry the Cable Guy. Jeff Sucks Coxworthy. He looks like Pill Ingval. Ron White Power, you know? Alright. His name is Clay, but I feel like it should be Silly Putty. He's only gay because he doesn't have a sister. Oh, man. Kayla Keller is here. I'm a big fan of they. She's beat cancer so many times she's starting to look like Morgan Anderson in a relationship. Alright. No? Alright, Morgan, first off, I want to say I did not have sexual relations with that woman, okay? I did not want to taste Colin. Morgan does look like the one hot girl in rehab, though. Doesn't Morgan look like every time she walks into the gas station, the guy behind the counter just grabs the Marlboro Reds? Artie Valenzuela's here, everybody. He's actually, believe it or not, he's into rap. His rap name is Lumpia Biscuit. No, Artie's great. He is the funniest little boy since Kayla Keller. Artie, you look like an overinflated Manny Pacquiao balloon. Logan Farr. Logan Farr is my favorite. I bring him on the road with me anytime I get to pick who I bring on the road with me, and not just for the parking. No, seriously. How about one more time for Disableham Lincoln over here? Logan is great. We actually did a naked roast battle in Las Vegas recently. Yeah, believe it or not, even his third leg is amputated. I couldn't even think while he was on stage doing his roast. I was just thinking head, shoulders, knees and springs, knees and springs. Logan is great. He have the top half of a centaur and the bottom half of a sewing table. All right, you guys, this has been fun. This has been a real who's who of comedians, but thank you guys so much for coming out. That's been my time. This has been the roast of Josh Means, my special. Thank you guys so much for coming out. You guys have been fucking incredible. One more time for all the roasters you saw tonight. Thank you guys so much. Stop it, you don't need to do that. Thank you. Thank you guys for coming. Take care of your bar and wait staff. One more time for Laughs Unlimited. You guys are incredible. Thank you. Have a good night.